Russia's space agency has denied an embarrassing error caused the failed launch of a $45 million (£33 million) satellite last month. Russian space agency Roscosmos said on November 28 it had lost contact with a newly launched weather satellite, the Meteor M. Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Rogozin said the launch malfunctioned because programmers put in coordinates for the wrong launch site. In a new statement, the nation's space agency has strenuously denied these claims, contradicting the politician's earlier statement. Russian space agency Roscosmos said last month it had lost contact with a newly launched weather satellite, the Meteor M, after it blasted off from Russia's new Vostochny Cosmodrome in the Far East. Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Rogozin said the launch malfunctioned because programmers put in coordinates for the wrong launch site. Russian space agency Roscosmos has now denied this is the case, but has offered no alternative explanation. Roscosmos' original statement is in Russian and was issued to RIA Novosti. A translated version reads, "The flight task was tested exclusively for the Vostochny Cosmodrome, which was checked by specialists in accordance with existing methods." The reason for the accident is a combination of several factors at the Vostochny Cosmodrome that are impossible to detect by any existing mathematical models. "18 smaller satellites belonging to scientific, research and commercial companies from Russia, Norway, Sweden, the United States, Japan, Canada, and Germany were on board the same rocket." In his November interview, Mr. Rogozin said the rocket carrying the satellites had been programmed with the wrong coordinates. It had been given bearings for takeoff from a different cosmodrome, Baikonur, which Moscow leases from Kazakhstan, he claimed. "The rocket was really programmed as if it was taking off from Baikonur," said Rogozin. "They didn't get the coordinates right." The Vostochny spaceport, laid out in the thick taiga forest of the Amur region, is the first civilian rocket launch site in Russia. In April last year, after delays and massive costs overruns, Russia launched its first rocket from Vostochny, a day after a technical glitch forced an embarrassing postponement of the event in the presence of President Vladimir Putin. Russian news agencies initially reported the likely cause was the failure of the booster's final stage, the frigate. The Roscosmos website earlier said, during the first planned communication session, an attempt to establish connection failed due to the spacecraft's absence on the target orbit. Currently all information is being analyzed. The booster also carried 18 microsatellites built in Canada, Germany, Japan, Norway, Russia, Sweden and the United States. The unmanned Soyuz 2.1B rocket was sent into space with a frigate booster, but contact was lost with the Meteor M spacecraft after it reached its intermediate orbit.